Don Lorenzo's reveal as a member of the new Gen 11 has taken people by surprise the moment he appeared. We've seen ISAGI devour Kaiser. Now, who in Bastard Munchen will help ISAGI devour these two new Gen 11 players? Continue watching this video to find out. I would like to thank GoalSent for the idea. You can check out his TikTok, which can be found in the description down below. Thank you all as well for 2,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it and I plan to keep on going. So I hope you guys continue to stick with me. Now, who exactly will devour Don Lorenzo? Will it be Raichi? Raichi has been getting a ton of screen time lately, especially since he has been announced as a starter as Bastard Munchen goes up against the Ubers. It seems like Raichi is finally going to be getting the spotlight sometime during the match and get at least one highlight. But is he going to be the one who'll stop Don Lorenzo? Probably not. I see Raichi giving Baro or even Sendo a difficult time during the match. I expect him to make at least one game-saving play, but this does not mean that Bastard Munchen are going to win the game for sure. The player who I think will devour Don Lorenzo is HIORI, one of the most underrated players in bluelock. Before anything else, we need to know some of his significant abilities that will allow him to create a big impact during this match. He is very insightful, being able to break down complex subjects into more casual examples, as well as provide useful hints and tips on how to perform better. He has taught ISAGI how to think reflexively. HIORI is a very level-headed person and player. He states that he plays consistently, which can be seen in how he is able to make quick and accurate passes in high-pressure situations without faltering. Even though he does get pumped up in games with high stakes, it does not diminish his performance or thinking. It is also very likely that HIORI is a gamer, as he was able to relate his understanding of football through the example of tile-matching video games. His combination of vision and ball control led ISAGI to refer to him as a technician of stillness, as he serves the role of an anchor for the attack, synchronizing the other attacker's movements with accurate passes. This makes him a strong playmaker who can consistently put the ball in a good position for other attackers to score. HIORI is also able to whip in fast and accurate crosses from the wing position or from a deeper position in midfield. These passes have incredible speed and curvature, being able to fool other players as to their destination. HIORI's crosses are so fast that ISAGI was even unable to reach one of his crosses. However, with ISAGI's recent training, he might just be able to finally keep up. Despite his level-headedness and calm playmaking, one of HIORI's greatest strengths is his reflex. He uses his vision to determine the best place, but it is his reflexive passing that best enacts this vision. When he receives the ball, taking into account the positions of other players on the field, HIORI will immediately pass when an opening presents itself in a dangerous area. He will also pass immediately when given space by his opponent. This makes it difficult to close him down or mark him, as any opening will be exploited by HIORI. There will probably be times wherein the Uber's defense will be disorganized. Maybe the strategy wherein Don Lorenzo moves up the field and Nico drops back for defense comes back to bite them. With Don Lorenzo up in the midfield, HIORI might be able to find an opening that would lead to a more probable goal for Bastard Munchen to get. Before we proceed, I would like to thank you all again for helping me reach 2,000 subscribers. If you are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe, as it helps me keep going and it lets me know that you guys want more detailed content just like this. There has been this theory going around that explains why HIORI would be the one who stops Don Lorenzo. But why him? Well, let's start with HIORI's backstory, which occurs after Bastard Munchen's match against Manshine City. His backstory was revealed in chapter 206. HIORI was a football prodigy. He had a lot of talent and skill, as he was trained and supported by his parents, who were both professional athletes. His mother was ranked second in Japan in the high jump, and his father was a silver medalist at the All Japan Judo Championships. As you can see, they both always fell second. So, they decided to create a mini-me that could fulfill the dreams that they could not achieve themselves and make him a champion. HIORI's parents seemed very caring, as they would provide him with all these healthy food and intense training in order for him to become the #1 in the world. However, with all these expectations weighing him down, he felt trapped as he could not play with his friends when he wanted to. However, he put his family first and continued to play football to keep them happy. One night, HIORI woke up as he heard yelling coming from upstairs. His parents were arguing and blaming each other about how HIORI was not living up to their expectations or standards. Then they said that if he could not become #1 in the world, they would want a divorce. HIORI heard all of this and was in shock and fell down the stairs. It was then revealed that he hurt his foot. His parents seemed very concerned and they urgently got him help. However, Hiyori realized that his parents did not really care about him. They only cared about his talent, as his parents were not even looking at him when he was hurt. Without his talent, his parents' dreams of becoming a champion would disappear forever. Even after that incident, Hiyori continued to play football as he wanted to keep his family together. But what is Hiyori's true purpose in life? Does he truly love football as it was just forced upon him? We can even see him playing video games wherein he kills zombies. This would foreshadow his role in stopping zombies, such as Don Lorenzo. He eventually meets Karasu in the same high school. Karasu is aware of his impressive skills, but tells Hiyori that he lacks the passion. He then says that he should believe in himself and forget about others' expectations of him. This would help allow Hiyori to truly find his purpose. Finally, as Hiyori is invited to the Blue Lock project, we see that this is his way of an escape from his parents. During chapter 211, we see Don Lorenzo send the whole field into a total state of confusion with his zombie playstyle. Hiyori was able to analyze what he was doing as he came up the field. He really knew what Don Lorenzo was bringing to the table, as he knew what Don Lorenzo was going to end up doing in the end. With Don Lorenzo disorganizing the whole defense of Bastard Munchen by himself, it led to Barrow being wide open. This system would work against other teams, but we know that ISAGI was able to counter this certain play. As ISAGI was about to score the first goal, Ness tried to stop him by pressing him from the right side. He thought that ISAGI could only score with his right leg, so that was his way of crushing ISAGI. However, we know that ISAGI scores his first goal with a lefty direct shot, and it stuns everybody. With Ness's irrational play, he would probably get subbed out for Hiyori. With Hiyori in the game, it might give Don Lorenzo and the Ubers a hard time as they have no data on him, and Don Lorenzo would see Hiyori as someone who has no value. However, I believe that he will eventually prove that he is worth a ton. There will probably be a situation like this sometime when Hiyori is subbed into the match. In this panel, we see Darai defending Hiyori. Hiyori is not some kind of player who has overwhelming physical abilities such as speed, as he fights in his own way. With his perfect passes, he has a chance to beat Don Lorenzo during the moment as his pass gets by Don Lorenzo without it getting intercepted despite his unpredictable movements. Another situation that might happen could be similar to chapter 210, the play wherein Don Lorenzo makes his debut. During the first play of the game, Kaiser, Ness, and Grimm were able to get by the Uber's defense with Kaiser and Ness's 1-2 passes up until Don Lorenzo showed up after Grimm's cross. In this case, this play could be replicated but done successfully by a new trio that we might see with ISAGI replicating Kaiser's role, Corona as Ness, and Hiyori as Grimm. We will be seeing ISAGI in Corona's planet hotline, and instead of Don Lorenzo intercepting the ball after the cross, Hiyori's perfect cross gets by Don Lorenzo as it lands by ISAGI, and this play might just lead ISAGI to another goal as he devours Don Lorenzo one-on-one. At the end of the match, ISAGI will most likely have devoured Kaiser as well, as he outscores him with the help of Yo Hiyori. This would be a perfect parallel play that could show the difference between the two trios. This play could be a result of chapter 206, wherein ISAGI invited Hiyori to train with him, the time wherein the two were able to develop their chemical reaction. To sum it all up, Yo Hiyori is a level-headed player who can make close to perfect, if not perfect passes to his teammates. There are hints of him killing zombies as his hobby since he loves to play games, and this would be great foreshadowing for what's about to come. With him up in the midfield, he might just be able to counter Don Lorenzo and the Uber's defenses with his exploits and allow ISAGI to devour both Kaiser and Don Lorenzo. Do you think that Hiyori will be the one who stops Don Lorenzo? And if you have any scenarios that you would want me to cover, let me know down in the comments. Do you think that ISAGI was ambidextrous ever since the start of episode 1? Check this video out right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content just like this. Thank you for watching.